welcome back to yet another episode. So, this time we're getting into the exciting world that everybody loves. Tripods. Yes, those things with the three legs that extend and do things and support your heavy gear and keep your camera stable when you're out and about forever. You know, everyone's most exciting topic. But what I'm going to be doing this time is showing you why you should not skimp out on the amount of money it costs in buying a tripod. In other words, don't get the cheapest one you can find, because there are things under the hood of the tripod that you may not realize that can absolutely destroy your camera and lens all at the same time. Bam! Gone, just like that. So, over the years, I've gone through a number of tripods. I started off with a Walmart Special. I don't even remember what brand it was. But it was a tripod they seem to always have. It's completely made out of plastic. It's a video-centric tripod with a pan head. That's the one that has that little lever that sticks out and, you know, goes like this or like this. Can't do both at the same time. Well, you kind of can. Anyway, I digress. The important factor is it was cheap build quality, and the actual head of the tripod did break off. Not from my own use. I had lent it to somebody. We were at an event. They needed an extra tripod. I had mine with me. Here you go, no problem. Have at it, bro. And just like this, it was gone. Reason being, they were used to high quality tripods that are made out of metal, and as they were tightening things, it stripped, it broke, some mechanism inside snapped, and that was it. The head of the tripod just broke. I couldn't get mad because it was a cheap tripod. I had it for a couple of years. Didn't really use it all that much, so then I decided I would spend the money and upgrade to a more higher quality tripod. That tripod has served me very, very well, and I will show you the evolution of tripods that I do have. But you know, I can't stress this enough. When you're looking for a tripod, you know, it's difficult, especially if you're shopping on Amazon, you know, or whatever local avenues you have online to purchase things, or, you know, Facebook Marketplace, that kind of thing. It's difficult to really know what the tripod is constructed out of. The legs may be metal, but the internal mechanisms that have, you know, that clasp onto things to keep things tight, that could very well be made out of plastic, and that is absolutely not a good thing. For one, plastic degrades over time, so if you're in extreme heat and then you're in cold and, you know, humidity and not humidity and wet environment and dry environment, it will eventually start to become brittle, and that's when you run into serious problems. So I'm going to show you, you know, the tripods that I do have, and one of them is a cheapie. It is an El Cheapo Specialo. So, with that said, let's go. Okay, so we're going to start off with the tripod I've had the longest, which is an in-house brand here in Canada called Cameron, which is sold by the Henry's Camera Store, which is Canada's largest camera store, apparently. They have a number of locations, and it's been a very good tripod. The legs are metal. The center column can extend. However, the inside of it has a very, very grippy rubber. So, I mean, I've loosened this up. And as you can see, it doesn't, it's tough. That's the only thing I'm not a fan of in regards to this tripod. However, the head itself has very nice damping, very nice weight to it. It's completely metal. The knobs are a bit, you know, like a rubberized texture on the outside of the knobs here for grip. It feels very, very nice. They're very well damped. And the inside, it's all metal thrust screws and whatnot. It's got a nice cushiony sponge grip for the handle. quick release legs, so these little snap things. Very convenient, very easy, very quick to set up. It is light, so I would not rely on this for carrying heavy telephoto lenses such as the 150-450. I would not do that, but for landscape stuff, it's pretty good. And the legs here, they have little not knobs, but little release button things, so you can extend the legs out. They go 90 degrees. They only lock up to 90 degrees. Overall, it is a very good tripod. It served me well. It has a bubble level on it. However, the bubble level is white, so it's a bit difficult to really make out. It doesn't have that high contrast from the green, but the fluid inside it does leave enough space where you can see the bubble. It also does have a quick release protection, so when you do loosen the plate, right, it does not come out. It's locked, right? So you have to press this piece here in order to get the plate off. So you can't accidentally have your camera just slide out. You absolutely have to press this because on the inside it's got grooves, so it locks here and here. And I'm shaky. Too much coffee. So this tripod was about $100 Canadian. The construction is very, very good. This has been a very reliable tripod for me, and that's the one I've had the longest. Had it for 5 years now, and it's served me very, very well. So let's move on to the tripod I use now. So I have made a video about this tripod before. I still love it. This is the Benro Bat series tripod. The whole thing, this is all carbon fiber. The legs are carbon fiber, aluminum at the very, very top. The rest of it is carbon fiber. It doesn't have the quick release legs, but it does have the twist lock. But it's still pretty quick. They grip very, very well. Instead of sponge, it's a rubber grip here, which is very, very grippy. This leg here with the rubber grip comes off as a monopod, which I'm not going to get into. It also has screw, like, what was it, 3/4, quarter, whatever screw, for mounting accessories. So if you want to do video, you can actually mount those accessories to the side here. Has it all the way around. Double legs at the top. I know the landscape diehards and very, very heavy equipment users suggest that you do not use anything with a center column. The convenience of this, it goes very, very high. And this as well has a quick release lock. So when you are taking your camera off, this does not end up having your camera fall out. You can only unlock, let's see if I can bring this closer here. Okay, so when I'm twisting the top, if you watch this plate here, see the plate does move slightly, right? But it only moves to here. So this is an Arca Swiss plate, and it doesn't open enough for the camera to fall out. You then have to pull up on here and continue to unlock. And it's only as it gets to the very, very end is there enough space to barely get the camera out. So you don't have to worry about the camera falling out if you accidentally do happen to hit the knob. Very, very well thought out, very good design. Does have a bubble level here. However, it has no bubble levels on the legs anywhere. And the other nice thing about this tripod as well is the fact that the legs lock into these holes. So if you're in a tight spot, you can have your leg up against a wall. All the way up to here. Almost goes 180 degrees. So you always have some way of being able to keep the tripod stabilized no matter what conditions you're in. And now for the final one. This is El Cheapo. On the surface, it looks pretty decent, right? Not too bad, not too bad. It's fairly decent. There we go. And this is a pan head. So you have this knob here. This is more for video. So you can twist it around this way, loosen this, and then you get your other alignment. Now, this whole top is plastic. This knob here, that's supposed to hold this from rotating, is plastic. So let's get that tight. Yeah. And this piece in here is supposed to tighten against the leg, or against the center column, so that you lock it in place. The problem is, because it is plastic, guess what happened? It broke off. And it will not go back in. This metal piece here is supposed to be inside this plastic housing, and if you look carefully, what happened there? What is going on? The plastic cracked right over. Come on, focus. Stay with me. The plastic cracked right there, which allowed this to slip off. Just slip right out. So, with that said, like I said, on the surface, it seems like a decent tripod. The legs are actually metal. The center column, the center column is an issue, because the center column is connected to the legs themselves. So you can't even spread the legs out if you're in uneven terrain. The problem here is that with this piece out, if you were carrying your camera over your shoulder, this is no longer connected. So your camera would just fall out, and that would be it. That would be the end of your camera. Do you want that? I wouldn't want that. So yeah, these cheap tripods, as nice as they seem, absolutely not worth it at all. Get something like this, decent metal, solid build. You want to step up. Basically what I'm saying is, if you're gonna try to save money on a tripod, try to get a cheaper tripod from a brand name. Or you may end up where I was, where I went after tripod after tripod after tripod, trying to get something that didn't just fall apart. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope it helped you out. If you like the video, leave a like. If you have not already, please do subscribe. And I don't know why I just chopped my head off like that. It's just one of those days, you know? If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Merch. Get some merch. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you all for the support over the years. If you're new to the channel, why don't you just hit the subscribe button, like the video, you know? It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Helps us out. Helps out the algorithm, which is the god of all things YouTube. I'm just trying to get closer to the algorithm. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.